Sirian Scout Ships, The Science Behind How They Fly. By Drekx Omega on May 7, 2015. Selamat Balik. Some technical observations to make, anent these above photographs, of actual Sirian Scout ships. Firstly, how do they take off from the ground? If you look carefully at each, you will notice that the spheroid hull has a surrounding flange, or foil, around the middle. This is made of a special metal, different to the rest of the hull, which is designed to repel electrons. The purpose of these technical features is the generation of an ionized plasma field, based on magnetic dipole principles, which means that the plasma foil magnetically contains the charges of electrons and positrons, massing under and above it, until the field is primed for full propagation across the hull, forming an electro-envelope of plasma. The positrons attracted to the electrons. What drives the field, before this process develops? The positron beam emitter, located at the very top of the spherical hull, which is easier to observe in the top photo. The beam emitter extends like a spike, and fires a beam of positively charged electrons out, which initially are repelled by the plasma foil and also attract the negatively charged electrons, within the atmosphere above the craft. This causes a vacuum above the ship, which draws it off the ground, through positive-negative electron attraction. This is the initial flight vector, before the ship's implosion motors can operate fully, now in the air and over the ground, so not Earth anymore. The implosion reactors are located at the underside of the hull. Then as the negative polarity of the electrons of the bottom of the craft flows inward, connecting to the internal magnetic dipolar shaft, which extends from the bottom to the top beam emitter, the positrons are repelled outwards, from the top emitter and collect in vast numbers around the plasma foil, until at a critical accumulation of charge, flow over the central foil and flange, and project a full ionized plasma field from North Pole to South Pole, positive charge, to negative charge. This envelope is able to offer full propulsion, with the implosion motors feeding the negative electron charge and the beam emitter feeding the positron charge out and down. You can at the least observe some of these technical features in the two photos, and hopefully my explanations will fill in the reasons for your fuller comprehension. Simply look upon electrons, which are everywhere, as a sea, upon which Sirian craft may float, jump, bob, rock and soar. This technology was completely familiar to all of us, in ancient times. It is being rediscovered now. Welcome it, as it is a clean alternative to pollution-inducing current science, which is largely based on combustion, entropy, friction and radiation. It is the energy of life itself. Etheric energy. Vril. Prana. Chi. But whatever you may call it, it is the alternative pole to current technology, and the principle that the world desperately needs to have in common usage, for the sake of planetary survival. Selamat Majan. Colonel Drekx Omega, Commander, Galactic Federation of Light Ground Crew, Eastern England Sector. Read more at *commandcrew.net.